Happy Imbolc. I have my lemon cake here. There is vanilla extract, caramel essence, a bit of ACV, apple cider vinegar for flavoring, and I also put a little bit of honey because in a lot of Imbolc recipes, people add honey. Now, I'm not really big into paganism or someone that actively practices that, but when I had I wanted to make a lemon cake, and I feel like lemon is very fitting because it kind of represents a lot of things to me, even the sun. And lemon cake is a popular springtime cake, kind of like carrot cake, which is popular during Easter. Lemon cake is also very popular. So I was looking up, all those Pinterest like looking cakes, kind of rustic looking cakes. And then I saw Imbolc, and that reminded me of St. Bridget's Day and kind of Irish festivals, Irish celebrations, because I do have a little bit of Irish and Scottish heritage. So I was like, oh, lemon cake is actually really popular during Imbolc. I didn't even know that. So I found that was really interesting because I didn't know, I've been making this now. It's February. It's February right now, which is Imbolc season. And I didn't really know this is the lemon icing I made. And by the way, this is vegan. I used grapeseed oil and coconut oil mixed together. So there's no dairy in this. And anyway, so everything's made from scratch as well. My cooking and culture channel is Tiffany James, and I share a lot of my recipes on there. So feel free to check that channel out. It's kind of like a cooking and travel channel. So yeah, but this to me is very springtime. This to me represents more sunshine, because winter is darkness. Winter, you're in the dark and you are experiencing a kind of inwardness. You're going inward in winter, you're going into the darkness. And now that it's February, we are heading into spring, we're heading into the sunlight. So yes, I'm just gonna ice the cake and finish it off. I am excited to try this. I wanted it to be a bit thick, so this is a double batch recipe. So yeah, the rosemary, I like cooking with rosemary. I found out that was also popular for a lot of Imbolc lemon cakes. So things like poppy seed and honey, and I did put a little bit of honey in this for flavor. It's mainly white sugar, mainly castor sugar, but I did add honey just because honey represents spring. Honey represents, more sunshine, more kind of solar energy. So I did add honey to this. So I let the icing drip off on the sides, and I'm going to add the rest of the things. Now, with Imbolc, I don't know, I'm not someone that really follows monthly, like Bealtaine and all this, but when I looked it up online, because I was curious, I was like, okay, what else, this is rosemary, what else do people consume during Imbolc? And by the way, I just want to show myself, because people might think, oh, you can't cook and also do spiritual videos, or you can't do everything in one time. So I just wanted to show that, yes, this is me, and yes, I did make this cake, because people think that you can only do one thing in life, or you can only be one thing. And no, I'm many things, and I can do many things. That's the power of alchemy. I'm definitely more into alchemy than pagan festivals and all that. But like I said, I don't know what spirit or whoever did a spell on myself and said, you know what, girl, you're gonna be making a lemon cake today, right on Imbolc season. Because I don't follow Imbolc. I don't really care for learning or knowing about Imbolc, or just, I wasn't really into that. So I don't know what inspired me to make this on season, but I think that it's still good to know about these celebrations, and good to just learn something new for a change, or try something new. So I am trying this, and I am seeing how it goes. What are some of the recipes, or what are some of the things that people eat around this time? So they eat things with lemon and rosemary, in terms of desserts anyway. Lemon and rosemary, and then I saw blackberry, and I saw honey. I saw, what else? That's mainly what I saw in terms of desserts, like the lemon and rosemary cake. Oh yeah, poppy seed. They do poppy seed and lemon cake. So yeah, like I said, I don't know what energy or what inspired me to do this right on Imbolc. Maybe it was somebody telling me, spirit or something, some kind of energy telling me, you need to make this cake right now on Imbolc season. But you know, I think lemon cake in general is just something that a lot of people consume in the spring months, just like with carrot cake. Carrot cake later on in spring, but lemon cake to me is like definitely a springtime kind of thing. So yeah, and I'm looking forward to eating this. Clearly, I mean, I'm decorating it now, and I mean, if you go on my cooking and culture channel, my travel channel, you will see all the other kind of cake recipes I've done, or dessert recipes I've done, and they're pretty in-depth and in detail and fun if you like to cook. I think that when it comes to the craft or paganism and all that, part of the craft is learning how to work with herbs, learning how to work with nature, and nature also, to me, relates to food, right? It relates to food, it relates to culinary things, or it relates to just natural ways of living, natural ways of life, or even old traditional ways of life. I feel like when it comes to especially paganism and Wicca, like they like to remember traditions from the past. That's why I brought up St. Bridget's Day. I made my own St. Bridget's cross when I was younger, and I've been to Ireland, and I have, like I said, I have Irish and Scottish heritage, so I know about St. Bridget's Day, and she is the goddess of Imbolc, of spring. So yeah, I mean, I'm not 100% Irish, but and I'm not 100% Scottish either, but I do have a bit of that heritage, and do I feel connected to that kind of heritage in me? Maybe in some ways yes, and in some ways no. I think it really depends. Like I don't really, like I said, I'm more into alchemy than paganism and Wicca and all that. I'm more into just manifesting, subliminals, you know, law of attraction. But once in a while I try to do herbal things. I try to do herbal cleanses, you know, burn some sage and all that. But and then I end up doing silly things like this, like making cake and whatnot. But this is fun. It's creative and it's fun. And oh yeah, there is some almond flour in this, a mix of almond and regular white flour, all-purpose flour. So there is some almond flour in this because I wanted it to have that a little bit of grittiness on the inside. So when I cut it, I'll see how it looks. I mean, it won't be too gritty because I did add regular flour at the same time. So I did half almond and half regular flour. So just to balance it out and make sure it's not too gritty. So I'm almost done. I'm going to just do the final touches and that's it. And ta-da, ta-da! It is finally done and ready. It looks great. So I will be putting this away in the freezer. I have some friends coming over and I want to make sure I have enough for everyone and don't eat off all for myself. Really nice. So I got this honey at my local market, farmer's market. Honey I like to use in my tea, in certain desserts, and of course it's golden brown, or sometimes it's just more gold than this, but that could also represent like solar energy. Even though it's a darker color, it still is good. And especially for like Imbolc, I'd say honey is good to add to Imbolc recipes, in my opinion. I love farmers markets for whole foods and fruits and vegetables. Just more like natural foods, and for grains and roots and all that. Getting those like at a market is good.